Let's bring you this live image here that we've been showing you the last few days. Lava bursting from this volcano in Iceland, about 19 miles or so southwest of the capital. So many people are fascinated by this, and we do want to talk further about this. Let's bring in now drone pilot Isak Finnbogason. Thank you so much, Isak, for joining us here live from Finland, about 1:45 in the morning there or so. So we appreciate you being with us early in the morning there. Let's just talk about the rush, seeing it from up close. Obviously, your job allows you to do just that. Just give us some insight here about how that works for you in your career.
Hey, thank you for having me. I mean, for me as a drone pilot in Iceland, having a volcano, that's just amazing. It's kind of every drone pilot's dream. So I feel very fortunate. For me, like the middle of the day, I just go and prepare everything. And then because during the evenings, the colors are changing so drastically and we have so long golden hour here, then is when we do most of the shooting.
So this comes about 11 months after the last eruption officially ended. How did you get into drones, into doing this, and specifically flying over an active volcano?
I mean, I've been flying drones for a couple of years now. And like when you're in Iceland, you have to you want to kind of get the more extreme conditions because it looks so cool, especially with FPV drones. And like when the eruption came, you just have to go there and fly a drone. Yeah, you just have to go and hope for the best when you fly by a volcano.
Yeah, Isak, let's pull up this video of some of your drone footage here that you gave us permission to share. This is incredible footage that you've been able to capture. Talk a little bit more for us about FPV or first-person drones to our viewers a little bit here. Since you have the headset on, what's that process like? Is the view immersive? Just give us a little more feel of what that's like.
Like the best explanation that I've had is like you kind of feel like a fighter jet pilot, and it's a feeling that you can't really explain. You just feel like you're right there with the lava, and you're full of adrenaline because you never know if your drone is going to crash right into the lava and if you can just manage to come back. So like each time when you fly a drone to the volcano, you try to get as close as possible and get as good shots as you can. And you kind of always expect to lose your drone, like in each flight. So you always have to change the battery, change SD card, change everything, and be ready to lose all your footage if you crash.
Wow, well, that's incredible. And we've followed a lot of your YouTube videos. Let's also show up some other video that you've taken previously. It looks like you flew over this volcano the last time it erupted about 11 months ago. Tell us about some of the differences or the similarities between the last two eruptions.
I mean, these two eruptions, they happened very closely, actually. There's only like 1 or 2 kilometers maybe between those places. The main difference is, I mean, obviously the weather. As you can see in this video, the weather there was very bad. It was raining and windy. So yeah, and also like the location on the other place, this volcano particularly, it's located it has, like, you can see mountains all around it. So this one was perfect to get closer for everyone, like tourists, and see it from above. But the one that's erupting now, it's a lot flatter around it, so people have harder time to be in a safer place when watching it, basically.
Yeah, Isak, it's incredible to see all of these images here. It almost doesn't even look real because of just how clear and crisp these images are that you've been able to capture. And we've showed viewers now some of this previous eruption. Let's show again the current eruption that's happening now that we've been following here for the last few days. Do you have a favorite shot or moment from capturing some of these eruptions that really sticks with you? Maybe it's one of these that we've showed viewers so far.
Yes, it's definitely the one where I'm flying into the canyon, because it was probably the most intense and tough shots that I've had to do, because I was basically flying a drone into like canyon of lava. And it was during a nighttime, so I couldn't what I saw in my goggles were very little, and I was just kind of hoping that I would make it through the tunnels, or like what's called tunnels, basically, without crashing into either side or into the lava. So yeah, that's most favorite shot for sure.
Yeah, and I'm sure hard to pick a favorite with all these incredible images to choose from. And then this, again, to show viewers, is a live look from there right now. So to be able to show them some of the drone footage that you captured compared to this is really eye-opening, Isak. So I think a lot of people just have naturally questions, again, about how this whole process works, flying the drone. So I do want to go back into talking about that process for you as a drone pilot. Can you talk a little bit more about how close you get, or if you can feel some of the heat radiating throughout that process, a little more about just what that experience is like? It's so incredible to see.
Yes, for sure. At this volcano that's erupting now, I'm usually around 1.5 kilometers away from it. I'm not going very close because I want to be up high, so I have the best line of sight towards the broadest space of the volcano, basically. But on the other eruption, I was able to be a lot more closer because of all the mountains surrounding it. And when I was flying there, I could really feel the heat. And for example, you showed one of his shots where I was orbiting like very close to the lava, kind of flying sideways. That was a very tough flight there because the wind, and there was so much. What do I say? Like the poison fumes that comes from the volcano, they were like, the wind was shifting while I was flying. So I had to kind of hold my breath while I was flying. So just so I wouldn't breathe too much of this gas. And I could literally feel my nostrils like burn when I was breathing in the nose. But yeah, I just had to get the shots. So, yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah, hearing that from you really helps us paint a better picture here. And most people can't say that they've flown a drone over a volcano eruption. So thank you for helping us understand a little bit more here. Are you able to speak on how often these volcano eruptions happen in Iceland?
We have been very lucky in the past 3 years, these eruptions, they happen in a very good locations. There is no roads and any risk, so it's kind of lucky when compared to that. We have been having one of those eruptions every past 3 years. So first in 2021, then another one last August, and then now. And before this happened, there has been no eruption in this area for 800 years. So it's very special. And they think that this whole region around Reykjavik is going into new era of like volcanic activities for the next 300 or 400 years.
Oh, wow. And I want to pull up this tweet here while we have you, too, from Guide to Iceland saying, how long will the eruption last? That's one of the most frequent questions about the current eruption right now. The answer is that we don't know. In fact, no one does, but it's here now, so we'll just enjoy it while we can. Based on your experience, Isak, do you have any predictions here about how long this could last?
Yes. I have said like 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, maybe. Like it's as similar as the other people say. Like no one really knows, but I wouldn't be surprised if it would last maybe 2 weeks. I'm gonna shoot on that, and hopefully it lasts a lot longer.
Yeah, this is really, really neat. Isak, thanks so much. Any final thoughts here that you have? And again, we appreciate you joining us. I know it's very late in the night or early in the morning by you, depending on how you view it.
No, I just want to recommend, if anyone is watching and wants to see like good coverage, live coverage of the volcano, I am actually streaming live on my YouTube channel, like drone live streams. And there are especially many people from the USA are very interested in this, because I think never ever in the history has been so good coverage, live coverage of a volcano like I have been doing here.
Yeah, very cool. We were just showing viewers some of that video. It's really incredible. So when do you plan to fly your drone over it again? When will that next live YouTube streaming be taking place next for viewers to see? It
will hopefully be happening on Saturday. Currently, the volcano eruption is closed off for people because of bad weather and poison gases. So yes, Saturday hopefully when they open.
And Isak, I guess I have one last question now that we're talking about this. And you mentioned how cool this is, especially for a lot of Americans to get to see and follow this. For people in Iceland, is this not as exhilarating for them because maybe they've seen it more before in the past than it would be for Americans? So kind of describe to us what it's like for locals there.
For them, many of them feel like it's actually very standard. They're not very excited. I'm one of the people who are like super excited about it, and they can't understand why I always keep going again and again to the volcano. I think I've gone like 30 or 40 times to the volcano or something. But yeah, people in general are pretty relaxed about it, local people.
Yeah, well, this is so neat. Isak, thank you so much. Again, this is just show viewers one more time just some of the images that you've been able to capture through your drone footage. Again, through Isak's YouTube page as well. You mentioned that he'll be live streaming some of his drone shoots through this too. So really neat to check out if you're interested. But Isak, thank you so much. We really appreciate you joining us here. We know it's almost 2 a.m. by you, so we really appreciate you being on with us, and hopefully we'll talk again soon as this continues.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, Lexie.
All right, thanks so much. Go get some sleep, and we really appreciate it again. We'll talk soon.
Okay, bye-bye.